Good evening, everyone. Tonight we face a simple idea with sharp edges. The day does not reward drift. It rewards clear moves. We will build those moves together. And we will start with the word in our title. The frog. A frog is the most important task of your day. It moves your life forward when you finish it. It is often the job you avoid because it feels hard. It may be the thing with a real deadline or a real risk. Eat that frog means you do it early, before the day eats you. Why this matters? The first big win sets your brain to leader, not follower. When the frog is done, small things stop feeling huge. An early result buys calm for the rest of the day. Calm becomes output. Output becomes trust in yourself. How to spot your frog each night. Ask 4 quick questions. Will this move a goal that matters? Is there a real person waiting or a real deadline? Will this remove a risk that could cost me later? Am I avoiding it because it feels unclear or scary? If you say yes to 2 of these, you found your frog. Write 1 sentence that names the finish line. Start with a strong verb. Ship the draft by 11. Confirm the client decision by phone. Build the model spine before lunch. What we will do in this program. We will stop the morning delay. We will choose 1 priority, not 10. We will plan the night before so mornings run clean. We will act before we feel ready. We will cut the small stuff that pretends to be work. We will guard our peak hours. We will fuel the body so the mind can fly. We will run offline labs for deep focus. We will measure with simple numbers. We will end each day strong and reset for tomorrow. Who this is for? Students balancing classes and part-time work. New professionals who want less panic near evening. Parents and shift workers who need a steady plan. Anyone who feels busy all day and still misses the one thing that matters. What you need right now is simple. 1 notebook or 1 sheet of paper. 1 pen. A glass of water. 4 quiet minutes without distractions. When I pause, write 1 short line. Keep it plain. Keep it clear. How I will guide you. Every idea uses everyday language, short sentences. 1 move at a time. You will hear brief pauses and an em dash when a point matters, just enough to guide your attention. I will leave blank lines when we shift ideas so your mind can breathe. After this intro, you will hold a frame. After each chapter, you will leave with 1 small action for tonight. Small moves, repeated often, become order. Order becomes calm. Calm becomes results you can see. If this helps, subscribe only when it earns it. Tap like so the next person who needs steadiness can find this. Share your city and local time in the comments. Breathe in. Breathe out. Sit up straight. Put the phone face down and out of reach. Open your notebook. Now we begin. Chapter 1 will teach you to take back the first hour and eat the frog. Chapter 1. Kill the morning delay alarm. Buzzing in a small apartment just before sunrise. A hand reaches for the phone. The thumb hovers over a bright screen. News, messages, feeds, a breath catches, time leaks, stop, stand up, light on, water from the sink. Cold air on your face. Your day has not started yet. But your choice already has. This is the opening fight. Not a big speech, not a perfect plan. 1 move, then another, you lead or you drift. Picture 2 mornings. In the first, you scroll for a while. You read 1 thing. Then another thing. Your mind scatters. Minutes vanish. By noon, the heavy work is still waiting. In the second, you move before you think. feet on the floor, phone out of reach, water, breath. One clear line on paper, a tiny action that points the whole day forward. We will make the second morning your normal. We will keep the rules simple. We will keep the steps short. We will measure only what matters. We will make starting feel natural. Move 1. Stand within 2 minutes of the alarm. Set the phone across the room before sleep. When it rings, you must walk. This walk is your first win. Measure the gap from ring to stand. Aim for 2 minutes or less. Move 2. Drink a glass of water. Sit tall and breathe 10 slow breaths. Count each one without hurry. Eyes soft, shoulders down. This wakes the body without noise. Measure by 10 calm breaths done fully. Move 3. Write one line that states your main result before noon. Keep it plain. Start with a strong verb. Finish the draft page. Call the client to confirm the decision. Prepare the tools for the first cut. Place the paper where you can see it. Measure by one clear line in ink. Move 4. Take a small action toward the line. 5 to 10 minutes is enough. Open the file and type 3 lines. Lay out the parts on the bench. Sketch the outline boxes. No phone, no mail, no chat. You tip the day into motion. Measure by one visible change you can point to. Move 5. Guard a quiet block for the frog. Choose a boundary you can keep. No social feeds until one result is done. No news until the block ends. When the urge rises, breathe and return to the line. Measure by one finished step before touching the phone. Now build the supports around these moves. Keep them light. Keep them real. Support 1. Interruptions. People will ask for a minute. You will want to say yes. Try this line. I am in a focus block and will get back after 10. Say it with warmth. Write their name on a sticky note. Return later on your terms. Measure by 3 times you held the line this week. Support 2. Morning station. Clear a small surface the night before. Leave one notebook and one pen. Set a simple timer. Add one thing that calms you. A plant. A photo. A window. Make starting easy. Measure by how fast you begin without hunting for tools. Support 3. Cue and reward. Pick one cue that says begin, desk light on. Instrumental music at low volume, steam rising from tea. Repeat the cue daily so the brain links cue to action. After the block, take a tiny reward. Stand and stretch. Walk to the balcony. Write a praise line for effort. Measure by doing both cue and reward every morning. Support 4. Rough mornings. You will sleep late sometimes. You will wake heavy sometimes. Run the backup. Rinse face and hands. 3 slow breaths by the window. Write one line. Do one tiny action. Done. A rough start can still be a winning start. Measure by how quickly you recover when the plan breaks. Scene slice. A student in a dorm hears a phone across the room. They stand because they must. They pour water in the kitchenette. They breathe at the window that faces the campus lawn. They read one line on a card. Finish a page before lunch. They type 3 sentences and save the file. The sun is up now. The room feels larger. Another scene. A young nurse ends a night shift and reaches home past dawn. She wants to crash into the couch with the phone. She does not. She puts the phone on the shelf by the door. Water. Breath. One line on the fridge. Lay out tomorrow's meds chart before evening. She sets a timer and prints the blank form. 9 minutes. Enough to feel in charge. She sleeps with a quieter mind. Troubleshooting, if you forget and start to scroll. Stop in the next minute. Stand, drink, breathe. Write the line now. Take a small action now. You do not need to start perfect to start strong. If you crave the feed, say out loud that a feeling is not a command. Put the phone in another room for 20 minutes. Let the urge pass like weather. Return to the line. Move 1 inch. If you wake late, cut the routine in half and do it anyway. 2 breaths instead of 10. 1 line instead of 3. 1 minute of action. Win the next minute and the next. If you finish early, stop with a smile. Leave the first step ready for tomorrow. Momentum loves an easy door. Anchor checks. Did you stand within 2 minutes? Did you write the line? Did you take one tiny action? Did you finish a step before touching the phone? Count the yes answers. Mark 1 star on paper, 1-page score for this week. Day 1 through day 7. For each day you record 4 numbers. Stand time in minutes. Breaths completed. Line written yes or no. First action done yes or no. At the end of the week, you circle a lesson. You adjust one small thing. Then you repeat. 1-minute pledge for tonight. Place the phone out of reach. Prepare the notebook on a clear surface. Fill a glass for the morning. Sleep early if you can tonight. Set clothes out. Set the card with the words 1 line ready. Set the alarm and turn off the light. Anchor line. Act before you feel ready. Score handoff for tomorrow. 1 sentence for the frog. 1 block for the work. 1 reward for the finish. 1 mark on the page. You begin again. Chapter 2. 1 priority, not 10. Open your notebook to a blank page. Write today at the top. You and I will build a scorecard on 1 page. It will be plain. It will be fast. It will cut noise and lift clarity. Here's the problem. When you try to do many things, you do none of them well. Small tasks crowd the front of the day. Big work slides to the edge. At night, you feel busy and unfinished. We end that pattern now. First, unload your head. List every task you believe you must do today. Do not sort yet. Do not judge yet. 1 line per task. Stop when the page feels honest. Now draw 3 short sections with simple labels. Impact, deadline, effort. You do not need a ruler. You only need attention. We rate each task with 3 quick marks. Impact means how much this result will move your life or work. High impact changes the week. Low impact keeps the lights on. Deadline means when the world expects a result. Near deadline raises heat. Far deadline allows calm. Effort means energy and time cost for the next step. Some steps are heavy, some are light. Look at the list. Put a dot for each measure next to each task. 1 dot for low, 2 dots for medium, 3 dots for high. No equations, no math beyond dots. You are teaching your eyes to see. Now pick the frog. Scan for a task with high impact and a real deadline. Check the next step. If the next step is clear and doable in 1 block, you have your frog. If 2 tasks look equal, choose the one that removes risk. If still equal, choose the one you fear. Do not overthink. You decide and move. Write 1 sentence that names the finish line for the frog. Begin with a strong verb. Make it visible to another person. Finish the draft page and send. Confirm the contract by phone. Submit the report to the portal. This sentence is your north. Set the time block. Choose a window before noon. Protect it like an appointment with yourself. Close the door if you have one. Put the phone out of reach. Place a small timer in sight. Tell one person you will be offline for that block. You now own that hour. Create a parking lot for the rest. Every time a small task tries to jump in, you write it on the parking lot list. You promise to review later. You return to the frog. This keeps your mind clear. Add 2 friction cuts to help you start. Lay out files and tools in advance. Open the document to the exact spot. Write the first 3 words you will type. Place the first tool on the desk. Reduce choices. Invite motion. Ready to score. At the bottom of the page, draw 4 tiny boxes. Frog chosen, frog started, frog finished, block protected. When you meet the mark, you fill the box. At night, you will see proof in ink, case snapshots. A student with classes and a part-time shift writes 10 lines of tasks. They add dots for impact and deadline. They pick the frog. It is a lab write-up due tomorrow. They set a 90-minute block after the morning lecture. They place the phone in the drawer. They finish the draft and print the checklist. They fill all 4 boxes. A project assistant in a busy office lists 15 tasks. Many are small. One is heavy. The heavy one is the weekly status sheet for clients. It has a noon deadline. They choose it. They gather notes. They build the sheet in 1 clean block. They send it at 11:50. They fill all 4 boxes. A night shift nurse ends at sunrise, sleep calls, but the weekly training quiz is due by noon. She chooses the quiz as her frog. She makes tea. She sets a short block while her home is quiet. She completes the quiz and sleeps with a calm mind. She fills all 4 boxes. Drill for 2 days. Day 1. Build the scorecard after breakfast. Choose 1 frog. Block 1 window. Start and finish the frog before noon. Mark your 4 boxes. At night, write 1 line. What made it work today? Day 2. Build the scorecard the night before. Choose 1 frog. Lay out tools for the morning block. Start within 2 minutes of the block. Finish and mark your boxes. At night, write 1 line. What you will adjust tomorrow. Troubleshooting. If you cannot pick a frog, ask which task will remove the most future pain. Pick that one. If 2 tasks still tie, pick the one with a real person waiting. If you fear the frog, write the tiniest next move. Open the file and write 1 line of notes. Make the call and leave a clear message. Fear fades when motion begins. If your block gets hit by interruptions, use a warm boundary line. I'm in a focus block and will reply after this hour. Write the names on a small card. Return when the block ends. You stay kind and firm. If you finish the frog early, stop with a smile. Do not cram in more tasks. Write 1 line that praises effort, then prepare the setup for tomorrow, frog. Momentum grows when endings are clean. Scorecard template on 1 page. Top line. Today and date. Left column. Task list with 1 line each. Right side. 3 tiny columns for dots. Impact. Deadline. Effort. Bottom row. 4 boxes for yes marks. End of day snapshot. Circle 1 win, circle 1 lesson. Write the frog for tomorrow on a new line. Lay tools in place. Set the phone out of reach. Breathe out and close the notebook. Anchor line. 1 day, 1 frog, 1 finish. Metric handoff. Tomorrow you report 4 numbers to yourself. Did you choose 1 frog? Did you start on time? Did you finish the frog? Did you protect the block? Numbers lead the mind toward better choices. Follow the numbers for 1 week. You will feel the load get lighter. You will see the page fill with proof. You will trust yourself more. That is the point of this chapter. Not perfect days. Honest days with 1 clear win. Begin tonight. Clear the desk. Write one line for your frog. Sleep. Wake. Stand. Start. Finish. Mark page. Chapter 3. Plan the night before night. A small lamp on a kitchen counter. Keys in a bowl. A tired mind wants the couch and a screen. Not tonight. You set a pen on the table, you pull one blank card. You choose calm on purpose. The morning is execution. The night is decision. Decide once at night. Repeat by day. That is the rule of this chapter. We will keep it light. We will keep it real. A tiny ritual. One page. Rails for tomorrow morning. Close the loop in 10 minutes. Scan open tabs and loose notes. Write the last open thread for each project. If a task takes under 2 minutes, do it now. If longer, park it on tomorrow list. You are clearing the runway, 3 lines and a stage. This is your nightly core. Line 1. Name the frog for tomorrow. One sentence that begins with a strong verb. Finish the draft page and send. Confirm the client decision by phone. Prepare the slides for review. Line 2. Block the time. Pick a window that matches your energy. Early if you are sharp in the morning. Later if your shift runs long. Line 3. Write the first tiny action. Open the file and type 3 lines. Print the checklist header. Lay out the parts for the first cut. Now stage the tools in one sweep. Notebook open to a clean page. Pen where your hand will land. Laptop charged and the document waiting. If you work with your hands, parts on the bench. First tool in reach. Remove what does not belong. Leave the surface clear and inviting. Short case. A sophomore in a dorm is drowning in tabs. They breathe out. They write 3 lines on an index card. Finish the lab outline before lunch. Block 10 to 11. Start by filling section 1. They put the card on the keyboard. They stage the template on screen. They turn off the lamp with a small smile. Set your boundaries before sleep. Silence non-essential alerts. Place the phone beyond arm reach if you live with others. Tell them your morning block time. A friendly note on the door is simple and strong. Focus block until 10. Thank you. Care for the body that must carry the plan. Pick a sleep window for tonight. Dim lights 30 minutes before bed. Drink water. Skip heavy news and frantic feeds. Stretch for 1 minute. Breathe slow for 1 minute. Set the alarm. Place it across the room. Picture the first 5 minutes. See your feet on the floor when the alarm rings. See your hand reach for the card. Read the frog line. Begin the tiny action. Run this mental clip once. Let it feel real. Leave a kind gift for future you. A clean desk, a glass ready for water, clothes set aside, 1 note on the card. You got this. Sleep now. Another short scene. A young parent cleans lunchboxes for tomorrow. They clear 1 corner of the table. They write. Confirm the field trip form before school. Block 7 to 7:30. Print the form and sign. They place the pen on the printer. They exhale at the window. Tomorrow has a shape. If your brain tries to plan the whole week, bring it back to 1 day, 1 card, 3 lines. That is enough. If you feel too tired to plan, run the thin version. Write only the frog line. Stage 1 tool. Set the alarm far from the bed. Even a thin plan beats none. If you forget the card in the morning, keep a spare card taped to the wall near the desk. Copy the 3 lines. Continue. Forgive the slip fast. Return to the plan if you live with noise. Prepare noise options at night. Earplugs on the desk, instrumental music with no words, a small fan for steady sound. Make the room part of your method. If you travel or work rotating shifts, move the ritual with you. Different clock. Same 3 lines. Same staging. Last thing before sleep. First thing when you wake. Proof that this ritual works shows up in 3 signs. You act within 5 minutes of waking. You begin with the right task instead of messages. You finish the first block with 1 visible step done. 1-page template for tonight. Top line. Date and the words night plan. Middle. 3 lines with short blanks. Frog. Block time. First tiny action. Bottom. A small box to check tomorrow morning when the first step is done. Troubleshooting quick. If the frog feels scary. Shrink the first move. Open the file. Write 1 note. Fear fades when motion begins. If the block gets hit by a surprise, shift it within the same day. Protect a shorter window. Do 1 step. You kept the chain alive. If you finish early, stop with a nod. Set the first tool for tomorrow. Endings that feel clean invite strong starts. Night montage. An office assistant in a studio apartment writes 3 lines. A nurse after a night shift sets a small timer on the counter. A delivery driver places a folded route note by the keys. 3 homes, 1 ritual. The same calm before sleep. 1-minute pledge before lights out. Write the frog. Pick the block. Write the first tiny action. Stage 1 tool. Set the alarm out of reach. Say it out loud. I decide tonight so I can act in the morning. Anchor line. Decide once at night. Carry over for tomorrow. Place the card on the keyboard. Place the keys on the card. Place the worry in the notebook and close it. You will handle it when the sun is up. Sleep. Chapter 4. Discipline beats motivation. Dawn is gray and quiet. A desk lamp glows in a studio apartment. A half-finished file sits open on the screen. Inside your head, a soft voice speaks. It sounds kind. It sounds smart. It keeps you stuck. The voice says, "You are tired. Start later." You answer, "2 minutes now." Then decide again. The voice says, "Check messages first." You answer, "Not yet." First brick goes down. The voice says, "Wait for a perfect setup." You answer, "I have enough to begin." "I will improve as I go." The voice says, "What if it is bad?" You answer, "Bad first, better next." That is how it works. This is the inner game. You will not erase the voice. You will lead it. You will name it when it speaks. You will answer with short lines. You will move before you feel ready. Here is a quick scene. An intern in a shared office opens a blank slide. The voice whispers about templates and colors. He answers with a 2-minute start. He writes 3 plain bullets. He keeps going for 1 short block. Rough is fine. Rough moves the day. Now build your opening ramp. 1 compact tool, 2 parts that run together, a tiny start and a short block. Use them as a pair. Part 1. The 2-minute start. Stand. Set a small timer. Move hands for 2 minutes only. Write 1 line. Sort 5 emails. Lay out 3 parts. At the beep, you may stop or keep going. Most days, you will keep going. Measure by 2-minute starts triggered this week. Part 2. The first brick block. Pick 1 result another person can see or use. Start a short block that is firm and clear. 25 minutes is common. You may choose 20. You may choose 30. Phones away. Tabs closed. When the block ends, you stand and breathe. You mark a small box on paper. Measure by clean blocks finished. Use the ramp whenever the voice stalls you. The ramp makes starting feel light. The ramp makes progress visible. 3 fast questions you can ask yourself. 1. What is the tiniest next move? Name it in 5 words. 2. What will reduce fear right now? Open the file. Stage the tool. 3. What will make the next start easy? Leave the first step ready on the desk. Short dialogue clinic. Question: I do not have time. Answer: you have 2 minutes. Start there. Question: I need to research more. Answer: do 1 line first. Research with a target. Question: I already failed today. Answer: reset now. New start in the next minute. Build an environment that sides with discipline. Leave a short script card on the desk. Keep a simple timer in view. Store the phone far enough that you must stand to reach it. Prepare 1 calm drink on the counter. Choose music without words if sound helps you. Make the room part of the plan. Protect your attention with a warm boundary line. When someone asks for a quick minute, you say, I am in a focus block and will be with you after this hour. Say it with a smile. Write their name on a sticky note. Return when the block ends. You stay kind and firm. Recovery matters more than never slipping. You will drift. You will open a feed by habit. You will forget why a tab is open. Use a reset ladder with 4 steps. Close the tab. Put the phone in another room. Read your 1-sentence target. Do a 2-minute start. Count recovery time. Watch it shrink across the week. A second scene. A warehouse picker ends lunch and feels slow. The voice pushes him toward the phone. He answers with the ramp. 2 minutes to stage the next batch. Then a short block to clear the row. The belt is moving again, so is he. Track only what moves the needle. 2-minute starts. Short blocks finished. Recovery time after a slip. Ignore vanity numbers. Proof lives in simple counts. Give language to your mind that is firm and calm. Use plain words. No drama. Describe the next move. Describe the move you just did. Short lines beat long speeches. The brain obeys what it can picture. If energy is low for days, lower the bar without losing the chain. Keep the 2-minute start. Keep the finish mark. Hold 1 short block. Small fires keep the room warm until your energy returns. Add 1 dose of external support if you need it. Ask a friend to be your check-in partner for 1 week. Send a photo of your finish mark each day. Keep the promise small. End with thanks. Troubleshooting board. If fear spikes, shrink the first move. Open the file. Write 1 note. If boredom spikes, change the place or the cue. Stand by the window. Turn on the desk light. If noise spikes, use earplugs or play a steady fan sound. If pride spikes after a good morning, do not spend the afternoon on low-value tasks. Run the ramp again and take 1 more block. 1-minute drill, stand up, say your counterline out loud. 2 minutes now. Then decide again. Start a 2-minute timer. Move your hands. Write, sort, place. At the beep, ask a calm question. Do I have a little more? If yes, start a short block. If no, mark the start and take a 1-minute walk. Either way, you won. Case snapshot. A new parent sits at a kitchen table after bedtime. The voice says, the day is over. She answers with the ramp. 2 minutes to open the report and fill the header. A short block to finish a section. She leaves a finish mark on the card. She goes to bed with a quiet mind. Evenings can help your morning discipline. Before sleep, prepare the first tool for tomorrow. Place the card on the keyboard. Place the keys on the card. Place the worry in the notebook and close it. Decide once at night. Repeat by day. One sentence pledge. When the voice delays me, I will answer with action. Hand off for tomorrow. Count 2-minute starts. Count blocks finished. Note recovery time. Report the 3 numbers to yourself at night. Numbers shape choices. Choices shape days. Days shape a life. You will sleep easier and wake ready to move again tomorrow. Chapter 5. Eliminate the small stuff. A cafe just before sunrise. The espresso machine hums. A barista checks a group chat between orders. A bus tub fills and the counter gets sticky. Another ping lights up the phone. 2 minutes vanish. A line grows. She looks down at a card that says 1 line. Reset the station before the next wave. She puts the phone in a drawer. She starts to clean with purpose. Busyness looks loud. Productivity is quiet. Small tasks shout for your attention. They feel easy. They feel safe. They eat the hours that build your life. We will cut the noise. Today is a myth buster. 3 common myths, 3 simple fixes. Myth 1. Busy means productive. Fix. Results first. A result is something another person can see or use. A sent report. A finished page. A delivered order. Motion is not a result. Chat without a decision is not a result. Proof. Write 1 line that names a visible outcome before noon. Start with a strong verb. Send the draft to the team. Deliver the package before 10. Close the ticket with a clear note. Set 2 rules for the morning. No social feeds until the outcome is done. No inbox wandering. Open mail only to ship the outcome. Add 1 parking lot line on your page. When a new thought pops up, you write it there and return. Measure 1 thing at noon. Did you ship 1 result today? Yes or no? Mark it on paper. Scene. A project assistant in an open office keeps answering pings. She feels important and scattered. She tries the proof steps. She writes 1 line for the outcome. Send the client status sheet by 11:50. She closes chat and opens the notes. She ships the sheet and fills a small box at the bottom of the page. Her day feels lighter. Myth 2. Urgent always beats important. Fix. Frogs before pings. Urgent comes with a siren. Important comes with a quiet face. If you answer every siren, you never touch the quiet face. Choose on purpose. Proof. Use a quick filter when something pulls you away. Does this protect safety or a hard deadline today? Is there a real person waiting now? Will a short reply unblock someone else? If no to all, park it. If yes to 1, schedule it after the frog block. If yes to 2 or 3, take 1 minute to triage, then return. Pick 1 window this week that often gets hijacked. Name the frog that belongs there. Tell 1 person you will be offline in that window. Post a small note on your screen. Focus block until the time ends. Thank you. Measure 1 thing at night. How many times did you let the siren win? Lower the count tomorrow. Scene. A warehouse picker gets pinged all morning. He chooses a quiet aisle for 1 block. Back at 11. He clears the frog and answers messages in 1 sweep. His inbox stops owning his day. Myth 3. Quick tasks warm me up. Fix. Batch the small stuff. Quick tasks are sticky. 1 attracts 10. They give a hit of progress without real progress. You feel busy and underwater at the same time. Proof. Create 2 small windows for low-value tasks. 1 near lunch, 1 near the end of day. Each window lasts 45 minutes. Put refills, simple replies, calendar moves, and file labels in those windows. Use a small timer to keep them honest. Add a 1-minute sweep rule at the end of each window. Stand and scan your space. Put each item in its home. Clear the surface. When the space is ready, the mind is ready. Measure one thing each evening. Did small tasks stay inside the windows? Count the jump outs. Aim to cut the count in half across the week. Scene. A delivery driver used to make micro stops between big stops. He felt busy and kept missing targets. He changes the plan. He carries a pocket card. He batches tiny calls into 2 short windows while parked. His route gets shorter. His brain feels quieter. Side tools for cutting noise. Default lines for requests. When someone asks for a quick minute, you say, "I am in a focus block and will reply after this hour." If they press, you repeat once with warmth. A list called "Not This Hour." Every new idea goes there. Do not switch apps. Do not switch rooms. Write it. Park it. Return. One-touch rule for small objects. When you pick it up, choose its home. Trash, drawer, bag, shelf. This prevents travel piles on your desk. Timer tricks. Short timers make small tasks honest. 5 minutes for a reply. 10 minutes for a tidy. Environment cues. Desk light on means deep work. Headphones on means do not disturb. Troubleshooting. If your list grows during the day, do a fast reset at lunch. Draw a line under the morning list. Pick one outcome for the afternoon. Everything else goes in the parking lot. If you keep jumping to messages, move the phone to another room during the frog block. Tell one person how to reach you only for true urgent. Return messages during the small task windows. If small tasks keep leaking out, look for a hidden fear in the main task. Make the first move tiny. Open the file and write one line. Make it safe to start. If you work a rotating shift, anchor your windows to energy, not the clock. Place the frog window early in your personal day. Place small task windows near the dips. Before and after mini montage. Before. You touch messages all morning. Your desk grows clutter. Your result stays undone. After. You ship one result by noon. You answer in 2 short windows. You close the day with a clear surface. 1-minute pledge for tonight. Circle one outcome for tomorrow. Pick one window for the frog. Pick 2 windows for small tasks. Set one boundary line you will use. Write them on a card and place it on the keyboard. Anchor line. Cut noise. Ship work. Tomorrow marker. Report 3 numbers to yourself at night. 1 result shipped. Small task leaks today. Minutes of clear surface at close. Numbers shape choices. You will feel lighter and more in control. Choices shape days. Stay with the system each day. Cut the small stuff, and the work will show. Chapter 6. Protect your peak. Not all hours are equal. Some hours feel electric. Your mind is clear. Your hands move fast. Other hours feel heavy. You push and nothing sticks. We will find your best hours. We will guard them like money. This chapter is a 7-day field test. Set the aim. Map your daily energy. Pick 2 peak windows. Place the frog inside those windows. Protect them with simple rules and kind boundaries. Prepare 1 sheet for each day. Keep it plain. 3 checkpoints only. Morning, midday, evening. At each checkpoint, you will write 1 small number for energy and 1 short line for notes. No more. Choose a rating scale you can feel fast. 1 is empty. 2 is low. 3 is steady. 4 is strong. 5 is peak. No math. Just a quick sense. Day 0 tonight. Set a sleep window. Clear the desk. Write a frog for tomorrow. Stage 1 tool. Place water on the counter. Put the phone out of reach. Sleep. Day 1 morning checkpoint. Stand when the alarm rings. Drink water. Breathe 10 slow breaths. Read your frog line. Do a 2-minute start. Now rate your energy with one number. Write one line about your state. Calm, rested, foggy, hungry. Whatever is true. Day 1 midday checkpoint. Look at the morning number. Place one frog step where your energy was higher. Rate your state now. Write one short line. Note a drain if you notice a drain. Note a lift if you notice a lift. Day 1 evening checkpoint. Circle the strongest hour of the day from memory. Underline the second strongest. Write 2 short lines. Keep this, change this. Place the sheet on the desk. Sleep. Repeat this pattern for 2 more days. Do not chase perfect data. Tell the truth of the day. Short lines beat long speeches. After day 3, a shape will appear. Here is a scene of that moment. A call center agent has tracked 3 days with 3 checkpoints. Her numbers are low at 8. They rise at 9:30. They dip after lunch. On day 4, she blocks 9:30 to 10:30 for the frog. She moves messages to early afternoon. At 10:30, she finishes a hard case. For the first time in weeks, she leaves lunch on time. The pattern is real. She can feel it. Lock the pattern by day 5. Pick 2 windows that repeat. Name them first peak window and second peak window. Each window is at least 60 minutes. If your life is crowded, 2 windows of 45 minutes will work. Write both windows on a card. Place the card near your timer. Now guard the windows with one compact block of rules. Close the door if you have one. Silence non-essential alerts. Move the phone to another room. Tell one person how to reach you only for true urgent. Place a small note on your screen. Focus block until the time ends. Thank you. Open the file to the exact spot. Lay out the first tool where your hand will land. Stand, roll your shoulders, walk to a window, take 10 slow breaths, drink water, begin. Use warm boundaries with people you care about. When someone asks for a quick minute, you say, "I am in a focus block and will be back after this hour." Say it with a smile. Write their name on a sticky note. Return when the block ends. Kind and firm can live together. Design a short break after each peak window. Stand, stretch, write one finish line. I completed the model. I drafted the opening page. I called the client and confirmed the time. Small proof makes the next start easy. Build a hijack map for your peaks. List common traps, chat, random asks, cold calls, door knocks, snack trips. For each trap, write one defense, a script line. I will reply after this hour. A placement trick. Water and a snack inside the room before the block. A partner assist. Ask a coworker to hold the door for 15 minutes. Make each defense so easy you will use it. What if your peaks move? Shift workers live with change. Use a pre-peak ramp to raise the floor when the ceiling shifts. Light on the desk. 2 minutes of movement. Simple fuel. Cold water on face and hands. Then a 2-minute start. You can create a small lift even on odd days. What if the world does not respect your plan yet? Keep the windows even if you must shrink them. 30 minutes is fine. Protect a corner. Use earplugs. Use music with no words. Ask for swaps with warmth and resolve. Your pattern will teach others how to treat your time. Keep score with 3 numbers only. Peak windows protected today. Frog steps completed inside peaks. Recovery time after an interruption. Write the numbers at the bottom of the sheet. Aim to hold both windows on 4 days this week. Aim to shorten recovery by a few minutes by week's end. Progress loves small targets. A second scene late in the week. A freelance designer used to push hard at night. She logs 3 checkpoints for 5 days. Her best work lands mid-morning. She moves client drafts to that window. She slides billing and messages to late afternoon. She finishes 2 drafts by lunch. Evenings turn quiet. Her sleep improves. Her work reads cleaner. Trim the system if you feel it grow heavy. Return to 3 checkpoints. Return to 2 windows. Return to 1 frog that lives in the first window. Simplicity keeps the engine light. Common slips and fast fixes. If you forget a checkpoint, do the next one on time. Do not backfill with guesses. The map stays honest. If lunch kills your energy, eat lighter or eat earlier. Walk for 5 minutes. Drink water before the block. If a meeting sits on your peak, propose a swap. Offer 2 times. If you must attend, move the frog to your second window. Protect that window twice as hard. If noise spikes, use earplugs. Turn on a fan for steady sound. Place a note that says back at and the time. People adjust. End of week lab review. Lay out the 7 sheets on the table. Circle the 2 strongest windows that repeat. Underline the main drains. Pick 1 change for next week. Move 1 meeting. Adjust 1 break. Change 1 cue. Write the change on a new card. Tape it near your timer. Carry the pattern into your calendar for the next 2 weeks. Mark the windows by name that remind you of the work. Build the model. Write the draft. Call the clients. Treat them like hard appointments. Guard them with warmth and resolve. Quiet proof will appear. Blocks finish cleaner. Fewer last-minute scrambles. More results by noon. Fewer long nights. You feel less busy and more effective. 1-minute pledge for tonight. Write your first peak window for tomorrow. Write your second peak window. Write 1 frog that will live in the first window. Stage the first tool. Set the alarm across the room. Sleep. Anchor line. Guard your best hours. Put the frog there. Let the rest move around it. Chapter 7. Energy before efficiency coach clinic now. You want output. You need fuel and a steady engine. We train the body first so the mind can fly. Short commands, clear steps. You follow and the day follows you. Warm-up set. Stand up. Roll your shoulders 10 times. Neck slow circles. Shake your hands loose. Walk to a window. Breathe 10 slow breaths. In through the nose. Out longer through the mouth. Feel the room widen. This is how we turn the lights on inside. Scene early. A warehouse picker clocks in before sunrise. He used to slam a giant drink and crash by 9. Today he drinks water first and walks outside for 3 minutes. He delays the first cup. He stretches his calves between rows. By 10, his head stays clear. He finishes heavy orders first and goes home less fried. Energy is a choice you can practice. Fuel protocol. Choose simple fuel that does not spike and crash. Protein and fiber help. Heavy sugar early will sandbag your focus. Drink water when you wake. Keep a bottle within reach. If you like coffee or tea, have it after water and a small bite. Plan real meals and keep fruit or nuts on hand. Use caffeine before a deep work block, not during a slump. Stop early enough so sleep stays clean. Adjust over a week, not a day. Sleep frame. Pick a steady sleep window most nights. Dim lights 30 minutes before bed. Lower screens. Stretch for 1 minute. Breathe for 1 minute. Set the alarm and place it across the room. You are building a cue that says shut down now. Morning start. Feet on the floor. Water first. Sunlight if you can. Stand by a window or step outside for a few minutes. Let your eyes find the sky. This resets the clock that runs your energy. Now move for 5 minutes. March in place. Slow squats. Arm circles. Wake the big muscles. Heat brings focus. Break rules. Work in waves. Every 90 minutes, stand and reset. 1 minute to move and 1 minute to breathe. Walk to a window. Open your chest. Return with calm hands. Arrive fresh to the next block. Posture and setup. Sit tall on your sit bones. Feet flat. Screen at eye level. Elbows close. Wrists straight. A riser or a stack of books can lift the screen. Place the tool you need where your hand lands first. Energy leaks when you reach and twist all day. Movement call and response. You say tired. I say stand now. You say stuck. I say march in place for 30 seconds. You say tight. I say 10 slow wall push-ups. You say foggy. I say 10 chair squats. You say anxious. I say breathe slow and count to 10. You say lazy. I say set a 2-minute timer and move your hands. Midday tune up. Step outside for light and air. Walk 5 to 10 minutes. Shake your arms. Stretch your hip flexors against a wall. Drink water. Eat a calm lunch. Simple food, simple spice. A heavy plate will press your mind to the floor. Noise control. Sound steals energy fast. Use earplugs if needed. Use music without words. Tell people what your signals mean. Headphones on means do not disturb. Stress, bleed. When anger or worry hits, move it out. Write 3 lines about the problem, then walk the hallway once with long exhales. Return to the work at hand. You are allowed to feel. You are not required to feed the feeling. Nap tool if allowed. 10 to 20 minutes. Dark room if possible. Set a timer. Wake, sip water. Step into sunlight and begin again. Short is the magic, not long. Afternoon slump plan. Plan for the slowest hour in your day. Walk to fresh air for 3 minutes. Drink water. Have a small protein snack. Stand and stretch your hip flexors and your upper back. Set a 2-minute timer and clean a small surface. Open the file to the exact spot. Begin a short block for a single step. End with 1 line that praises effort, not luck. You will feel the floor rise. Reminder cues. Place a small card near your screen that lists 3 moves. Water, light, 2 minutes of motion. Put a second card on the fridge. Put a third in your bag. Cues make action easier than drift. Evening cool down. Close work with a small ritual. Write 1 line of what you did. Write 1 line of what you will do tomorrow. Set the first tool out. Turn off the bright lights. Let the body know the race is over. Calm nights build strong mornings. 3 energy traps. Trap 1. Sitting for hours. Fix. Stand every hour and move for 1 minute. Trap 2. All-day sugar. Fix. Plan real meals and add protein. Trap 3. Doom scrolling before sleep. Fix. Charge the phone out of reach and keep a short book by the bed. Field test for 1 week. Pick 2 habits from this chapter. For example, sunlight and 5-minute morning movement, or water and hourly stand breaks. Run them for 7 days. Write a 1-line note each day about focus and mood. At the end of the week, ask 2 questions. Did I start faster? Did I finish cleaner? If yes, keep both. If mixed, keep one and swap the other. You are tuning the engine. Second scene. A hospital tech works rotating shifts. She cannot control the clock, but she controls the ramp. Light. Water. 2 minutes of movement. a calm snack before the charting block. She asks a coworker to watch the door for 15 minutes. She clears a backlog with steady hands. Her trainer notices the difference. Troubleshooting quick. If you wake groggy, step into light and move for 2 minutes. If your mind spins, write 3 lines, breathe slow, and return. If you crave sugar, drink water, eat protein, and wait 10 minutes. If you fade late, cut caffeine earlier and take a short walk. Mini drill to close. Stand now, roll your shoulders, walk to a window, breathe 10 slow breaths, sip water. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Do the smallest action on your frog. Stop and smile when the timer ends. Feel the body lead the mind. Coach whistle rap. Strong body, calm mind. Short bursts, clean fuel. Order before speed. Energy before efficiency. Now. Chapter 8. Digital Detox Hours. Think of this as a focus lab. You enter on purpose. You run a clear test. You leave with proof in hand. The lab is flexible. Choose one of 2 paths. 2 runs of 45 minutes with a short reset between. Or 3 runs of 25 minutes with short resets. Pick the path that fits your day. Depth is the point. Length is a tool. Choose one target that produces a visible result. A finished page, a cleaned station, a prototype someone can touch. Gather the tools before the lab starts. Open the file to the exact spot. Lay out the first parts. Place the first tool where your hand will land. Make the room say now. Silence notifications. Place the phone in another room. Steady light. Chair that fits your back. Timer where you can see it. Entry protocol in 5 lines. Turn on the desk light or start a cup of tea as your cue. Place the phone out of reach. Read your 1-sentence target. Choose your path and set the timer. Begin. Path 1, 2 by 45. Phase 1. Work with soft focus for the first 10 minutes. Find the edges of the task. Name the missing pieces. Sketch the route. Write 1 simple line that marks the step you will finish in this run. Phase 2. Work with firm focus for the next 35 minutes. Move your hands. Write, assemble, model. Stay with the single step you named. If you get stuck, read your line and take the next small move that matches it. Reset, stand, roll your shoulders. Walk 3 slow breaths. Do not touch the net. Stay in the room. Phase 3. Work with deep focus for 45 minutes. Do not switch goals. If a stray thought tries to pull you out, park it on a small later card. Return to the work. Most urges fade if you do not feed them. Path 2. 3 by 25. Run 1. Work with clear intent for 25 minutes. Name 1 step in writing and do only that step. When the timer ends, stand and breathe 3 slow breaths. Run 2. Work another 25 minutes. If you need a change of posture, move the chair by the window. Keep the same goal. Write 1 line that says what is done so far. Run 3. Finish a visible piece in 25 minutes. Export. Stage parts. Write a clean section. Whatever your craft demands. Stay offline until the end. Later card. When a thought tries to pull you out, write 1 short line and return. Laundry. A text to a friend. A new idea for next week. Park them. Review them after the lab in 1 quick sweep. Interruptions. People will knock or call your name. Keep 1 warm line ready. I am in a focus block and will be back after this session. Say it with a smile. Write their name on a small note. Return after the lab ends. Two scenes inside real days. Scene 1. A college senior books a quiet library room. She chooses the 3 by 25 path. Her cue is desk light on, target line. Solve 3 sample cases with full work shown. She runs the 3 sprints. The later card catches 2 stray thoughts about laundry and a study group text. At the end, she stacks 3 solved cases. She feels taller in her chair. Scene 2. A small shop owner must rebuild the menu. He used to bounce between messages and images. Today, he wants proof. He chooses the 2 by 45 path. Q is steam from tea. Target line. Update the entree section with prices and photos. He runs both halves of the lab. At the end, he exports a clean draft and writes "sent to the designer" on the top line. Contingencies for rough days. If you only have 60 minutes, run a short lab with the same entry and exit steps. Short beats none. If the space is noisy, use earplugs or music with no words. If people drop in often, post your card where they can see it. Back at and the time you end. If you slip and tap the phone, reset in the next minute. Place it out of reach. Read your line. Do one small move. Exit and report in 7 lines. Stop the timer and stand. State out loud one line that begins with "I did." Write start time and end time. Write the target line and the visible step you finished. Count urges you parked and interruptions you handled. Rate energy at finish from 1 to 5. Write 1 note for next time. 2 small add-ons that lift results. Staging ritual the night before. Leave the first page open. Place the first tool where your hand will land. Leave a calm note. You got this. Sleep now. Follow-up window right after the lab. Allow a small block to send the draft or to hand off the part you built. Do not wander back into the feed yet. Ship while the mind is warm. Then take a break and breathe. Proof you are doing this right shows up in 3 signs. You enter the lab without long delay. You leave with a clear step someone can see or use. You feel calmer than when you started. Scaling up. Once you have 2 labs in a week, protect those slots. Give them names that remind you of the work. Write the chapter. Build the model. Clean the station. Treat them like hard appointments. Ask for swaps with warmth and resolve. Post a reminder near your screen. This hour is for depth. Common slips and light fixes. If boredom rises, change posture or walk to a window and return. If fear rises, shrink the next move and keep your hands moving. If perfection rises, say out loud "done," then better. Finish the step in front of you. End marker. Thank the part of you that showed up. Write the next lab time on your card. Place the phone back in reach if you must. But do not open the feed yet. Stand. Walk. Breathe. Re-enter the world with proof in your hands. Chapter 9. Measure, reflect, adjust. Late afternoon in a busy office. You feel behind and cannot say why. You flip a notebook open and draw 3 tiny boxes. You write 1 frog line. You mark each time a ping pulls you away with a short tally on the page edge. You start a quiet block and count the minutes you kept it clean. At 6, you look down. Frog done. 45 focus minutes. 7 red flags on the edge. The fog lifts. You know what to fix tomorrow. You can feel busy and still be blind. Without numbers, you guess. With simple numbers, you see. Seeing lets you steer. We will build a 1-page dashboard. Plain. Fast. Honest. It takes under 2 minutes to fill. 3 dials only. Frog done. Focus minutes. Red flag count. Frog done is the question that matters most. Did you finish the main result of the day? Yes or no? A result is something another person can see or use. A sent report, a finished page, a delivered order. Mark it at night. Focus minutes are the minutes you stayed with one important task. You will write the total at night. Round to the nearest 5. No drama. Only truth. Red flag count is the number of times your day pulled you off the track. A ping. A drop in. A quick question that broke focus. Each time, draw a short tally on the page edge. You are not judging yourself. You are mapping the field. Morning start. Write the date. Write the frog line. Pick a focus minutes target that fits the day. Place the page where your eyes land first. Midday diagnostic. Ask 3 yes or no questions. Is the frog moving? Are focus minutes earning? Is the red flag count rising fast? If 2 answers are no, change one thing now. Close a door. Shift a meeting. Move the phone out of reach. Catch the day while there is time left. Evening close. Mark frog done yes or no. Write the focus minutes total. Write the red flag count. Under the dials, write 2 short lines. Keep this. Change this. Then write a single change you will try tomorrow. Make the page easy to fill. Use a small checkbox for frog done. Use 1 box for focus minutes. Use the page edge for tallies. Tick without thinking. Keep your brain for the work. 2 short scenes. Scene 1. A project coordinator kept feeling behind. He builds the dashboard on a card he can carry. Frog, today, ship the weekly status by noon. Focus minutes target, 60. By lunch, he sees 0 focus minutes and a messy edge of tallies. He walks to a quiet room. He runs a clean block. At 3, he ships. Frog done. 55 focus minutes. 7 red flags. Change this for tomorrow. Morning chat window moves to 11. Scene 2. A rideshare driver wants to study for a certification. She builds the dashboard in a small notebook she keeps in the car. Frog, today. Complete 1 practice module by 6. Focus minutes target. 45. She uses a quiet break between rides for a lab run. At 6, she marks frog done. Focus minutes 50. Red flags 3. Change this for tomorrow. Phone in the glove box during the study block. How to count focus minutes without a clock obsession. Record only at the end of a block. Round to the nearest 5. If a block breaks, write what broke it and move on. This is not a courtroom, it is a map. How to lower red flags without turning cold. Use a warm boundary line. I am in a focus block and will be with you after this hour. Say it with a smile. Write the names on a small note. Return when you said you would. People learn to trust your pattern. Patterns to watch across a week. If frog done is often no, your frog may be too big or too late in the day. Cut the frog into 3 moves. Place the first move in your first peak window. If focus minutes are low all week, your day has leaks. Use 2 by 45 labs or 3 by 25. Stage tools the night before. Start before you feel ready. If red flags are high, and stay high. List the 3 most common sources. Write a defense for each. A warm script line. A placement trick. A partner assist for 15 minutes. Use numbers to adjust, not to judge. Here are 4 levers to pull. Change the when. Move the frog to a stronger hour. Shift the second block to a quieter span. Change the where. Pick a room with a door. Use a library table. Face a wall instead of a hallway. Change the how. Start with a 2-minute molder. Switch to pen and paper for the first notes. Stand for the first 10 minutes. Change the who. Tell one person your frog and your block time. Ask for a check and text at the finish. Thank them each time. Weekly view, trimmed and light, 7 lines only. For each day, copy the 3 numbers. Frog, yes or no. Focus minutes total. Red flag count. Circle the strongest day. Underline the weakest day. Write 1 decision for next week. Move 1 meeting. Adjust 1 break. Change 1 cue. Common slips and fixes. If you forget to fill the page, tie the evening close to a habit you already do. After you brush your teeth, fill the dials. If you fudge the numbers, remind yourself the page is a mirror, not a grade. Only honesty helps. If the dashboard feels heavy, shrink it for a few days. Keep only frog done and focus minutes. Add the red flag edge back later. If you travel or switch shifts, keep the dashboard in your pocket, or keep a note on your phone you fill at night. Different clock, same 3 dials. A quiet payoff you may notice in 10 days. You stop guessing. You start steering. You see which choices help and which choices hurt. You waste less energy on stories. You spend more energy on steps that work. Close of chapter action. Copy the dashboard now on 1 page. Write today and the frog line. Pick a focus minutes goal. Decide how you will handle red flags. Put the page where your eyes land first. Fill it tonight. Bring it back tomorrow. Adjust 1 thing. Repeat. 1 decision for tomorrow. Choose 1 lever to pull and say it out loud. Change the when. Or change the where, or change the how. 1 lever only. Simple changes stack. Stacked changes steer the week. You are building a life you can steer. Numbers in hand. Calm in the body. Sleep with intention. A clearer day ahead. Chapter 10. End strong. Reset. Repeat. Days do not close themselves. You close them. A clean ending builds a clean start. Endings shape tomorrows. Think of this as landing a plane. You slow down. You line up the lights. You touch down with care. You roll to the gate. You set the next flight. We build a 5-part ritual, 3 core moves, 2 bonus moves. All done in under 10 minutes. On rough nights, you can run the core in 2. Core move 1. Name a win, write 1 short line that begins with I did. I sent the draft. I cleaned the station. I finished the page. I made the call. This banks trust. Your brain knows today mattered. Core move 2. Name a lesson. Write 1 short line that begins with I learned. I learned that morning chat steals focus. I learned that a walk at noon lifts energy. I learned that the first tool ready makes me move. Lessons turn bumps into maps. Core move 3. Set tomorrow's frog. Write 1 line that starts with a strong verb. Ship the proposal by 11. Call the clinic and confirm. Build the model spine before lunch. Pick the block for it. Write the hour. Early if you can. Later if shifts demand it. The point is to decide tonight. Bonus move 1. Stage the first tool. If your work lives on a screen, open the file to the right spot. If your work lives on a bench, lay out the first parts. Put what you do not need away. Leave only what invites motion. Make starting easy. Bonus move 2. Thank and tidy. Tidy the surface for 2 minutes. Stack papers. Wipe the table. Turn down bright lights. Write 1 line thanking someone who helped today. Or thank the part of you that showed up. Gratitude cools the system. Cooling helps sleep. Sleep fuels tomorrow. Scenes from real endings. A teacher stands in a quiet classroom after the bell. I did. Posted grades for period 3. I learned. Short warm-ups keep first hour focused. Tomorrow, Frog. Draft the lab outline before homeroom. She sets the lab template on the desk. She leaves with a small smile. A warehouse supervisor closes the office at dusk. I did. Rebuilt the pick list for row 7. I learned headphones in the first hour save my morning. Tomorrow, Frog. Train the new picker on the morning route. He places the checklist on the clipboard and turns off the light. A freelance designer breathes out at a messy desk. 2 minutes of tidy. Notebook left. Pen center. Screen at eye level. I did. Delivered 2 drafts. I learned. Standing 10 minutes helps. Tomorrow, Frog. Edit the hero image before lunch. She opens the file and leaves the cursor on the right layer. She thanks herself for keeping the chain and shuts the laptop. Bad day? And anyway. If the frog did not ship or the red flags are high, still write 1 true win. I showed up. I moved for 2 minutes when I wanted to quit. Write 1 lesson and 1 fix for tomorrow. Cut the frog smaller. Move the block to a stronger hour. Ask for a swap with warmth. Run the thin version. Win, lesson, frog. You can land a rough day without crashing it into tomorrow. 30-60-90 reflection, now trimmed and sharp. At 30 days, list 3 wins that repeat and 1 habit you kept most days. Choose 1 leak to cut next month. At 60 days, write 1 paragraph on how you start and end now versus before. Decide 1 small upgrade to your evening ritual. At 90 days, write a short note to yourself. What did you build? What did you learn? Choose 1 focus for the next quarter. Place the first brick tomorrow morning. Tiny kit, big impact 1 card with the 5 moves. 1 pen, 1 soft cloth for the desk. A place for your phone that is not your hand. Keep the kit where your eyes land at day's end. Visible proof matters. Draw 1 star on a calendar each night you run the ritual. Do not chase perfect chains. Chase honest chains. Warm goodbye lines protect your last minutes. I'm closing my day now and will reply in the morning. Say it kindly. Keep the promise. People learn your pattern. If emotions run hot, write 3 lines before the ritual. Name the worry. Name 1 thing you can do tomorrow. Name 1 thing you can accept. Then run the 5 moves. If your shifts rotate, run the ritual at the end of your day. Different clock, same pattern. The body understands rhythm more than numbers. Final pass for tonight. Win line written. Lesson line written. Tomorrow frog line with an hour next to it. First tool staged. Surface calm. 1 thank you written. Lights down. Closing code. End clear. Rest deep. Start clean. Place the notebook on the chair where you will sit tomorrow morning. Close the door. Leave the room. Sleep. Tomorrow is already lighter. You now have a simple way to run your day. Not theory. A rhythm you can repeat. Start clean. Choose 1 frog. Protect a block. Go offline on purpose. Move your body. Measure your proof. Close the day with care. This is how chaos turns into progress. Here's what happens next. Tonight you stage the first tool and write 1 line for tomorrow. In the morning you stand when the alarm rings. You act before you feel ready. By noon you ship 1 visible step. Before bed you land the day. You reset and sleep. Give this 7 days. Treat each day like a small experiment. Calm beats speed. Proof beats talk. If life knocks you off, recover in the next minute and keep going. Small fires keep the room warm. If this helped, subscribe only when it earns it. Tap like so the next person who needs steadiness can find this. Share your city and local time in the comments. Report one number tomorrow night. Frog done yes or no. I will be reading. You are closer than you think. End clear. Rest deep. Start clean. Tomorrow is already lighter.